Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric. So behind me is a 2021 GMC Yukon Denali. Got this vehicle in, doing full front end XPEL paint protection film on it. So in this video what I'm going to be doing is going over how to do a bulk hood installation using the sheet of film that's up there on the weeding board. Now normally what I would do is I would use a 60-inch wide roll for this hood. I don't have any 60-inch film in stock right now, but I do have some 48-inch. Now here's the interesting thing. This hood is 47.75 inches wide at its widest point, and that's a 48-inch sheet of film. So technically it should fit, but I know that with these valleys over here and over here on both sides, there's gonna be lots of stretch involved. And plus I have the chrome upper grill piece removed so I can wrap the film into it. So this video is going to test my skills. I've never done a full hood on a brand new Yukon, so I have an idea of what I'm going to do, but having 60-inch wide film would be more ideal than the 48 that's up on the glass. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to have fun doing it, and feel free to laugh at me in the comments section if this doesn't go well. Okay, I'm ready to get going. I've got the film laid down on the hood. Now I'm just gonna make sure that I've got the film centered, that I've got equal amount of film on each side that I can work with. Pull it this way a little bit. That should be good. Okay, there we go. Everything's centered in the right spot. I'm just gonna take a bunch of slip solution, spray it down over the top of the film. Now with this being 48-inch wide roll instead of 60, there's not quite as much stretch as I figured. You can see over here how the film needs to come down a bit, but when we do our 4-corner tack, that's gonna fix itself up really nicely. So I'm gonna take my tack solution right here. I'm gonna start by getting the film tacked down onto the fenders. Go. Don't want to make sure that that's going to pop up. I'm going to come over here, do the same thing. There we go. In hindsight, I wish I would have cut myself a little bit longer, probably an extra 4 inches. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and stretch this, pull this down and stretch it to the point where I can tack it onto the headlamp. Go. That's good for now. Now we're going to stretch it over here. I want to make sure that it's not sticking anywhere. Come on. Stick. Come on. Oh, I hate tacking to headlamps. I'm going to try and tack it to the paint over here. Get that good and tacky. Okay, let's try this again. All right, that's good for now. Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to be effective. There we go. Should have done that all along. Okay, now you can see that the film has stretched everywhere I need it to go. I got a fly right over there. That thing can get out of here. Okay, now I want to make sure, good, we're still good on the back side. Okay, that's perfect, except over here we're gonna have to lift this up, stretch it back over here a bit. Again, it's like I mentioned, ideally you want to do this with a 60-inch wide roll. You don't want to be doing this with a 48. 48's far from ideal, but sometimes you got to make do with what you got. Okay, there we go. Make sure we're not sticking anywhere. And we're not. That's good. Come on. There we go. I am not making things easy for myself today. Could use an extra set of hands. Oh. There we go. Okay, that's good. We're stuck down right there. Got this bunching up over here. Stretch that out. Okay, so what I'm gonna do things a little bit differently than what I would normally do. Normally I would start on the inside and work out. I think on this one I'm gonna start on the outside and work in, just so that way I can get these corners tacked down and I can take the tension off of the film. So what I'm gonna do is spray some more slip solution over top of the film so I got something to work with. Take my thumbnail while I'm remembering it. There we go. Okay, we'll start on the passenger side. So what I want to do here, because there's so much tension, I should be able to get all of this air out without it popping up. Just like that. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to work this body line from the front to the back. Always have my squeegee angled downwards, just like so. And I'm just gonna squeegee everything out. Okay, good. Now we'll squeegee everything on this ridge towards the middle. I think that's gonna work good. Okay, that's good. Just make sure that's all out. good. Make sure there's nothing along that edge. There's not. Okay, good. Those are down. Now, same thing as I did on the passenger side. Just gonna work the film, or work into the middle. Okay, what I'm gonna do now, take my knife, it's actually in my pocket. Get rid of some of that excess. Come on. Doesn't have to be beautiful. It's all going to get trimmed off later. Now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to get a bit of tack solution in underneath here so I can start getting all this to lay down. Just with slip solution alone, I can lay that down. The second I lift up, just pops up. So I need some tack solution under there. That should be sufficient. So right now I'm just making sure that this valley over here is down, and I'm pushing everything towards this valley over there. Always making sure I'm overlapping my squeegee strokes, I should say. Okay, that's good. If I let go, everything's perfect. That's good. Now, what I'm gonna do is get a little bit of tack over here. I'm gonna hold this down. I'm gonna squeegee right along the back edge. Okay, now I'm gonna squeegee everything into that valley. There we go. Now, here's where the fun begins. Now here's where I'm going to get tested to see what kind of an installer I am. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this up. I'm going to get some tack solution in over here. And I'm going to come back over here. Just gonna run my hand through that valley. And pull all of this air out. Now this should stay down as soon as I let go because there's a bit of tack solution right here. Moment of truth. Whew! Perfect. Okay, now I gotta work quick before that does pop up. So I'm gonna work this ridge, because those ridges are moisture traps. And then I'm going to work in and out of the valley. And then, because like I pushed everything into that valley, now I'm kind of pushing it all out. I'm going to leave a spot right over here where I can push all that moisture out, or all that solution out, I should say. Because this is such a sharp valley, I'm gonna go through here a couple times in a couple different directions, just making sure there's nothing staying behind. Like I said, these valleys, they're traps for moisture, and it'd be really easy to leave moisture behind in these valleys. Okay, there we go. Now I'm just gonna run my hand through there and feel for anything, if anything got left behind, and I don't think anything did. So that's good. Okay, that worked really well. I'm very surprised with myself, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Like I said, I've never done one of these. I've done a partial hood. I shouldn't lie. I've done a partial hood. I've never done a full hood. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna lift this up right here, get some tack solution in there, and get this down and done with. Just like so. Okay, that's good. That's over and done. Actually really happy with how this is going. I ordered a bunch of paint protection film, and for some reason I should clarify this. I ordered 24, 30, 36, 48, and a 60-inch roll, knowing that this vehicle was coming in today and all the film was supposed to arrive today, and it was only my 48-inch roll that showed up. So I'm cutting it close, but it's okay. It's stuff like this that's gonna help me become a better installer in the future. Oh, that's the soap. I don't want that. Need my tack solution. Just gonna get some tack over here. Same thing as before. Just gonna push all this air out and hold it down just with my hands at the end. Same thing as I did on the passenger side. I sprayed some tack solution in over here, and now I'm just working everything out, making sure that there's no moisture left behind. Now I'm just gonna squeegee everything toward that valley, except this time I'm not gonna go into the valley, because on the last one I squeegeed everything out of it. But I am gonna get some tack solution right over there, and then I'm gonna come over here and squeegee toward myself, just like that. We're gonna save the middle for last. Good. There we go. Now I'm gonna lift this up, get a bunch of tack solution underneath there, and then take my hand, squeegee a little bit more this way. Just lifting the film up over here so I can pull the air out. Just like so. With that little bit of tack solution I sprayed there, it's going to temporarily hold everything down there, so that film's not going to pop up. Come through here, squeegee that, squeegee everything out of that valley, overlapping squeegee strokes like I mentioned a million times already, to the point where if you're a consistent watcher of my videos, you're probably annoyed with me. But that's how you eliminate any moisture being left behind. There. Okay. The rest is going to be pretty simple, straightforward. Just going to take this tack solution, or this remaining solution that's left under the film, work it down to the front over here, so I can get that all out of here. Perfect. There we go. Just get that little bit done. That's actually, I got a bit of moisture right there. Good. There we go. Perfect. Now, I'm gonna get a bit more slip solution on the top of the film. And my tack solution nearby. There we go. Now this is gonna stretch just far enough into place. Ignore that phone call for a bit. Overlapping squeegee strokes, like I mentioned, that's going to make sure everything is out. Now, I'm going to lift up the film here and get some tack solution underneath there. This way, everything is out. And words cannot quite describe how happy I am with how that turned out. There we go. Okay, that's good. Okay. Man, there we go. I'm really happy with how that turned out. I'm just gonna get a rag. And get rid of all the moisture. All the solution that's on the top of the hood. Make sure there's no solution left in those valleys. Everything is sitting down nicely over here. I got to get a little bit of solution in over here, but I'm going to take care of that in a little bit here. Okay. Good. Now what I'm going to do is get my tack solution and a squeegee. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to start trimming off a bunch of excess. Now you want to be careful when you're doing this that you don't cut into your fenders or into your hood for that matter. Now I'm going to pull this back, get my tack solution underneath there. Squeegee that down. Just like that. Okay, that worked really well. Now, that's starting to peel back. So when you have so much tension on something, whenever you start trimming off your excess, you have to kind of anticipate that things are going to want to stretch into place or stretch back to where they were naturally. So what you want to do is just be prepared really quickly with your solutions to make sure that everything is good and that nothing is going to peel back. And that's good right there. Now we'll come over here and do the exact same thing. So, got my knife, just gonna cut right over there. Now I'm gonna pull the film back, get some solution underneath there. Okay, there we go. That's good. Now I'm going to trim off all of my excess over here. So just really gently with my knife, with a little bit of pressure. I'm just very lightly scoring the film. I'm just going to come along like this, trim. Just like that. Now we can go over here, do the exact same thing. Just like so. Peel that off. Now if you guys want to see what I'm talking about, this upper grill piece, you've got yourself 4 bolts and these clips. It just pops in there just like so. Just clip that into place, clip it, and then yeah, you just pop the hood open, put those 4 bolts underneath there, and there you go. It is done. So thanks a lot for watching this video. I'm not going to bore you guys with wrapping the edges. I'm just going to trim the excess film off and let the film dry out for a couple hours before I wrap. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, drop a comment in the comment section, like the video. I'm going to be very honest. I was, like I mentioned in the video, a little bit nervous about using such a small piece of film to do a big hood, even though the numbers made sense and that it could work. Those numbers, they don't take into account how much stretch that you're going to have in these valleys over here. These ones in the middle, especially these ones in the middle, because there's a lot of stretch right there. So thanks again for watching this video. Stay tuned for the next one. Cheers.